This week on Wide Open Throttle, we're checking out new Ferraris and new Vipers, we're talking Lamborghini SUVs, and GM is learning French. Welcome to Wide Open Throttle. I'm Jessi Lang, honored to be reporting to you from Ferrari Beverly Hills. Everyone has been anxiously awaiting news on the successor to the 599, and we figured what better way to usher in the Ferrari of the future than by visiting Ferrari's past. At long last, the successor to the 599 has been unveiled. This is the F12 Berlinetta, the fastest, most powerful, high-performance Ferrari road car ever built. Leading the way for a new generation of Ferrari 12 cylinders, the F12 Berlinetta boasts an incredibly efficient engine that delivers unprecedented performance and revs for a naturally aspirated 12-cylinder. With 729 horsepower and 509 pound-feet of torque, it has a 0 to 60 time of about 3 seconds. The V12 is mated to an F1 dual-clutch transmission, which has closer gear ratios designed specifically for maximum performance. The engine's efficiency is complemented by a level of aerodynamic efficiency not seen before, thanks to its compact design, lower center of gravity, and a revamped layout of the rear suspension. In short, with benchmark-setting performance and unsurpassed driving involvement, the F12 Berlinetta is certain to steal the spotlight at the Geneva Auto Show. Speaking of widely anticipated cars, at next month's New York Auto Show, the star car will be the 2013 SRT Viper. Now, it's being developed under the close watch of SRT boss Ralph Gilles, who himself is a passionate racer, an avid enthusiast, and we can't wait to see what he has in store for us. A mule of the new Viper was caught testing in Michigan recently. The car was photographed alongside a previous generation Viper. Now, the new Viper is clearly an evolution of the old car, which will definitely please Viper enthusiasts. The engine's still a V10, reportedly pumped up to 8.7 liters and producing as much as 650 horsepower. A 6-speed manual will be your only transmission option, but new federal laws will require the car to have traction control. The 2013 SRT Viper will be available either as a coupe or a convertible, and it'll lose the Dodge name as part of Chrysler's move to make SRT its own performance brand. Now, this next story is a curious one. When you think of luxury SUVs, you think of Porsche, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and of course, Britain's Range Rover. But that may soon change because, believe it or not, Lamborghini and Bentley both have plans to create ultra-luxury SUVs by the end of the decade. Both SUVs will roll on a modified version of the next-generation Audi Q7 and Volkswagen Touareg platform. Each will have unique exterior styling and powertrains. Now, for the Bentley, that means the 500-horsepower twin-turbo V8 that's just been introduced in the Continental GT and a 375-horsepower version of the Volkswagen Group's 4.2-liter V8 turbo diesel. The Lamborghini will likely be powered by a 5.2-liter V10 engine similar to the one you'll find in the previous generation Audi S8. Though related to the Gallardo V10, this engine produces more torque at lower revs. The Bentley interior promises to be lavish as they're using a lot of wood, leather, and chrome, while the Lamborghini will feature lightweight materials including carbon fiber. Both Bentley and Lamborghini expect the production of these SUVs to increase their sales by about 50%, with most of those purchases coming from, surprise, surprise, the United States and China. Our next story is likely to light up the comments page because some of you may be unhappy to learn that French automaker PSA Peugeot Citroen has confirmed it's in talks with General Motors about a potential alliance to share new vehicles and parts. The proposed alliance holds big benefits for both companies. PSA is Europe's second largest automaker, but it doesn't have a strong presence in Asia and no presence at all in North America. It sells mainly Fusion-sized cars and smaller, plus commercial vans, and offers only one SUV, a revamped Mitsubishi Outlander sold as the Peugeot 4008 and Citroen C-Crosser. Linking with GM could improve PSA's reach into emerging markets like China, India, and South America, and give it the potential to return to the North American market like Fiat has done with Chrysler. GM could also supply its Theta platforms for an expanded range of PSA crossover vehicles. For GM, they've got the opportunity to save a lot of money in Europe by sharing components and manufacturing facilities. A tie-up would also give GM access to PSA's diesel engine expertise. The French company helped develop 4- and 6-cylinder diesel used by Ford, Jaguar, and Land Rover. Savings from an alliance between the two could reach $2 to $3 billion, according to an estimate by Morgan Stanley. However, some analysts remain skeptical. Both PSA and GM's European operations compete in similar market segments in Europe, and both are losing money. Some skeptics say that the alliance may simply make the problems faced by both automakers bigger and harder to solve. Now, neither GM nor PSA will comment on the talks beyond saying that they routinely have discussions with other automakers about potential partnerships. Now, we have been reading your comments, and a lot of you want to better understand what it takes to make this MotorTrend channel. So I am going to give you behind-the-scenes access to the production of our show, Ignition. Hey everybody, I'm glad that you're here with us today because this is a very cool segment. We are on location with the crew of Ignition, and we're going to show you exactly what it takes to produce this show each week. To get all of the inside info, the best person for me to talk to is Carlos Lago. Carlos, thank you for letting us join you today.
You're welcome.
For those who don't know, Ignition focuses on first drives. What sets your show apart from other programs that review cars?
I think what really sets apart is the testing that we do. Every car that we drive goes through our full gamut of testing: acceleration, braking, road holding, and handling tests. And that's something unique that only MotorTrend can deliver. So Jim is setting up a camera inside the car for our in-car delivery. So when I'm sitting in the car driving and talking, the camera's shooting me and he's recording audio. And what you don't see most of the time is he's actually sitting in the passenger seat too. So when we're doing 120 miles an hour during testing, when we're sliding the car around, Jim's right there muffling his screams.
It's been so much fun checking out what goes on behind the scenes. I hope that you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I'm Jessi Lang from Wide Open Throttle, and I'm going to make sure that Carlos lets us come back. A new episode of Ignition airs every Monday. That's all for this week's edition of Wide Open Throttle. We want to sincerely thank Ferrari Beverly Hills for allowing us to spend the day with some of the most coveted cars on the planet. I'm Jessi Lang, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.